And I believe the lady's an attorney general for Arizona. You know what I mean? It's reckless, guys. What was her comment? Her comment was, um, if you're in fear, then you can shoot, gun down federal agent. I don't think these um these leaders that have left leaning tendencies understand what they're doing to the nation. They're literally causing divide. They literally are causing something so small to become so massive, and they're doing that on purpose. And I think they know exactly what they're doing, right? Because either they want to keep their role or they don't care about public safety, and they are public servants. You know what I mean? They don't care about public safety because they're like encouraging um, the public to become chaotic, right? And you don't. It seems like either they don't care or they don't notice it themselves. It's like they're too arrogant to see it, right? Or they see it and they just thrive on it. You know what I mean? It's like they're scrutinizing the entity above them, right? Which is the federal government. You know what I mean? We do that. I do that. I do that to my managers, right? But I can't get like five people around me that'll be like, "Hey, let's go strike the managers, or let's do a strike against the managers," right? And then you get the union involved, right? That's exactly what it is, right? And what's wrong about any of that stuff? What's wrong about it, right? You think about it, right? Then you get repercussions. You get the consequences of potentially, if you had a strike against the managers, well, you're gonna lose your job or you're gonna lose your pay, right? Because you're unable to work for a few days, right? Chaos, chaos. But this is different, right? You do this, it becomes violent. It becomes quote unquote an insurrection, right? But no one's calling that because quote unquote the definition doesn't fit the definition of a insurrection. But what do we see? We see violent protesters, right? And then they call it peaceful protesting. You know what I mean? Let's just go ahead and read this, right? During a televised interview, Mayes explained, right, that Arizona law centers on whether a person reasonably believes they are facing imminent danger, not on the official title of the person involved. Her remarks quickly went viral as critics accused her of opening the door to chaos, while supporters argue her words were taken out of context. Mayes did not tell the residents to harm federal agents, and later stressed she was describing how the law is written, not encouraging violence. Later she did that, right? She warned, like, it's already too late. She warned that that masked or poorly identified enforcement actions can create dangerous misunderstandings, especially in high tension situations. Her office emphasized support for law enforcement while calling claims that she promoted harm against officers, false and misleading. The comments ignited fierce reaction from the police groups and political leaders who said the messaging was reckless and could escalate fear on both sides. The moment highlights the growing friction between federal uh, immigrants tactic, state level state level legal fireworks with critic defenders now battling over where public safety ends and legal reality begins. Right? If you're in fear, then you can gun down federal agents. Let me tell you why that's the dumbest move someone can make, right? For one, federal agents don't usually come by themselves, right? For two, you will be hunted down and possibly die yourself, right? And, like, it's a lose lose situation. It's a lose lose situation. That's all it is, right? You're telling the public protesting, protesting. You're telling the public that's protesting. Who's in fear, right? When they're being detained. Wait until due process. Wait until due process. It's reckless, you know what I mean? Look, you guys can say whatever you guys want on the comments, right? But tell me that's not reckless. You know what I mean? I usually don't respond to comments because I know like a lot of people they get so emotional about these things, right? But in the just in your own words, tell me whether it's reckless for the Attorney General of Arizona to say what she said. You know what I mean? To say what she said. It's reckless, right? Because if you have a handgun and you're standing far away from whatever and you're in fear, right? You come out of nowhere and start becoming Rambo, right? You're done with. You're done with. You're done with. No one's gonna arrest you. They're just gonna shoot back. All I'm saying is this: you're putting your neck out for obviously people who don't care about public safety, and you don't care, and they don't care about you as an individual. So like, you know, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. That's personally me. I wouldn't. You know what I mean? You can say whatever, but I wouldn't. All right. Have a good day. Peace.